Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
The skies of New York, you got to check this out. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. A transformer explosion at a power plant in Queens gave New Yorkers an unexpected light show last night. The explosion lit up the sky, it shook buildings, rattled windows, sent people running into the streets. The blast causing part of LaGuardia Airport, one of the nation's busiest airports, to lose power. Terrified travelers scrambling to safety as the eerie sky glowed just outside the window.
I thought it was fireworks going off, and I looked to my right and I saw just the yellow sparks in the sky. It looked like blue fire.
You look in the sky and it was bright blue. It was insane. It was a really weird blue color too. I was like, aliens are here.
Well, even though some thought it was the beginning of Armageddon, no one was hurt.
Get into the door frames. Into the door frames. There's probably be another one. There's 6 stations. Get into the door frames. Oh, Lord have mercy. More of the damage from the earthquake. An entire dresser just fell on the floor. Broke everything. Thought about taking a video when it was happening, but it was really scary. This is our garage. Everything that was up here is now on the floor. All our stuff. Yeah.
Holy, that was sick.
Is the doorway safer? No.
Holy shit. Holy. Earthquake. I got it.
Huh?
Violence has erupted again amid protests in France against fuel taxes and the government's economic agenda. Thousands have converged on the famed Champs-Élysées. Police deployed tear gas and water cannon. The demonstrators, who call themselves the Yellow Jackets, are upset about rising fuel prices and Emmanuel Macron's leadership. Macron has promised to lay out new plans on Tuesday to ease the situation. Freelance journalist Catherine Field is in Paris and joins us now. Catherine, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about what's been happening there today.
Yes, good morning, John. It started at early hours of Saturday morning on the Champs-Élysées when around 5,000 demonstrators took to the streets to demonstrate against this rise in the tax on diesel here in France. They were then joined by some politicians are saying far-right troublemakers, and that's when we saw this many hours of barricades being built, of rocks being thrown at police. The police have now sort of clamped down in the whole area, John. They say they've made 18 arrests. They say that they have at least secured the presidential palace, because the key area around the presidential palace, the American embassy, is at the bottom of the Champs-Élysées, and that's what they were really scared of, that this mass of 5,000 angry protesters would make their way down there. For the time being, they've got them encircled right up the other end of the Eiffel Tower, right up the other end, of the Arc de Triomphe. They're hoping that will hold, but more people are joining the demonstration, and of course you are getting that hardcore of demonstrators. John.
Of course, taking to the streets in Paris is a time-honored tradition, but what are these protesters upset about?
In particular, they're upset about the taxes that are being put on diesel. If you look at the price of diesel at the moment, it's just gone up. It's around $2.26. That's 2.26 Canadian dollars a litre. Later this year, it's going to go up again. It'll be up to $2.34 a litre. Now, 58% of that price is straight-out tax. So the protesters are saying, look, 20 years ago, you told us to buy diesel, to get cheaper diesel, and this is where the future. Now you tell us that it's not what we should be doing, that we should be buying new equipment, new environmentally friendly cars. We want the government to put their hand in their pocket and give us more incentives to move to environmentally friendly transport. However, John, as you know, people in the countryside, we're talking about people who've bought big tractors, farm equipment. They say they just don't have the money to be able to replace this machinery, and they say it's on top of all the new taxes that this government has brought in. It's just too much.
And if you haven't heard the name Desmond Napoles, get ready for this trailblazing 11-year-old drag kid who RuPaul is calling the future. His bravery is inspiring so many. We're going to talk to him in just a moment, but first, let's take a look at his amazing story.
I am Desmond. I'm 11 years old, and I like pizza, trains, and drinking root beer since it's caffeine-free. I also do drag, and I love to put on makeup, dresses, and wigs, and of course, jewelry is necessary. My full drag name is Desmond's Amazing. I feel very happy to have a mom that accepts me.
It really touches me deeply that there are other children out there that he's reaching and they're listening to him and he's influencing them to be themselves.
I'm very proud of him. I'm proud that he's found his path so early.
My greatest joy in this is just seeing Desmond happy.
I love doing drag because it makes me feel amazing and self-expressive. It just feels amazing to know that people love what I do. My one big message would be 3 words: be yourself always.
Young adults who look up to you for being who you are, what are some of the notes you've gotten?
Some of the notes I've gotten are like that you inspire me very much, and I wish I could have had the support that you have when I was a child.
And your parents, we saw your parents in the piece that we did, and your parents are so supportive of you, but they've encouraged you to stay and be who you are. So how has that inspired you to be open about dressing in drag?
They support me by letting me do what I want to do, and letting me dress up and letting me play with makeup and trains. And yeah, I really like trains. When I'm at a drag, most of the time I'm playing a train.